Hello everyone, Jonathan Schlack, EAS&Weather here with a severe weather update for your Day 2 outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. This is the Storm Prediction Center's Day 2 outlook. They have 4 areas tomorrow for severe storms, so we have a marginal risk area that's focused down here across south central Arizona. There's already a marginal risk for severe weather tomorrow. We have a marginal up here across parts of central North Dakota for tomorrow. This is the Day 2 outlook. Again, this is the Day 2 outlook for tomorrow. There is a marginal 2 for central and northern North Dakota. Going over here, we have a slight risk for severe weather tomorrow that covers the extreme south central tip of the upper peninsula of Michigan, much of Wisconsin, central and southern Wisconsin, I should say, southeastern Minnesota, central and eastern thirds of Iowa, northern Missouri, and northwestern Illinois. And we have a marginal. That's a slight risk area for, again, southeastern Minnesota, much of central and southern Wisconsin, the south central tip of the upper peninsula of Michigan, the central and eastern 2/3 of Iowa, northern Missouri, and northwestern Illinois. And we have a marginal tomorrow that covers much of eastern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, pretty much the entirety of Michigan, the extreme northwestern corner of Ohio, and north central and northwestern Indiana, parts of central and northeastern Illinois, parts of central Missouri, and parts of west central Iowa, southeastern corner of Nebraska. And I mentioned northern Missouri, right? Yeah, I did. And northeastern Kansas for tomorrow. So we even have a marginal that covers central and northern Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, central and southern New York, the northwestern half of Connecticut, the extreme northwestern corner of Rhode Island, central and western Massachusetts, southwestern Vermont, and far southwestern New Hampshire. So going over to the tornado threat for tomorrow, we have a 2% chance of an isolated tornado tomorrow that covers northern Missouri, the eastern half of Iowa, the extreme southeastern corner of Minnesota, northwestern Illinois, central and southern Wisconsin, and much of the northern half of Michigan. That's where we have a 2% chance of an isolated tornado tomorrow. So going over to the wind tomorrow, we have a 5% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or higher in south central Arizona. And going up here, we also have a 5% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or higher in the central and north central part of North Dakota. Going over here, we have a 15% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or higher in southeastern Minnesota, much of central and southern Wisconsin, the extreme south central tip of the upper peninsula of Michigan, much of the eastern half of Iowa, north central Missouri, and northwestern Illinois. We have a 5% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or higher in eastern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, the entirety of Michigan, northwestern Indiana, central and northeastern Illinois, much of the northern half of Missouri, northeastern Kansas, southeastern Nebraska, and parts of west central Iowa. And we have a 5% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or higher tomorrow in central and northern Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, central and southern New York State, I should say, the northwestern half of Connecticut, the extreme northwestern tip of Rhode Island, central and western Massachusetts, southern Vermont, and the far southwestern New Hampshire. Going over to the hail tomorrow, we have a 5% chance of hail 1 inch in diameter or larger in central and north central North Dakota. And we also have a 5% chance of hail 1 inch in diameter or larger in southeastern Nebraska, northeastern Kansas, north central and northwestern Missouri, much of Iowa, southeastern Minnesota, much of Wisconsin, northwestern Illinois, and the far southern tip of the upper peninsula of Michigan. So don't know, just updated on me, but I'll finish with the risk areas anyway. So For tomorrow, severe storms will be possible across the upper Mississippi Valley and upper Midwest on Saturday. Damaging wind, isolated hail, and a tornado or two are all possible. So, I'm going to go over today's outlook real quick, just to show you that. But I'm not going to go over it because I already did earlier in the previous video. You can check out the previous video on that. So, anyway, stay tuned to the National Weather Service today and tomorrow for later statements and warnings from the National Weather Service and possible watches. So, I will have another update tomorrow, but stay safe in the affected areas both today and tomorrow. And I will have another update tomorrow. I will have another update tomorrow. Stay safe and take care.